that 14 times. All right. Simon Says can really, really mimic life. All right, and you can see it all the time. So what I want you to look at here is, woo, here's the line. Your goal should be, you can all see it. I want you to live above the line. Below the line, there are some behaviors we do. We deny. You saw this in Simon Says. Oh, I didn't. I was behind. I didn't. No, I did not. No, you didn't. I didn't. That's denying, all right? And in life, it looks like this, okay? Let's suppose that I tell my wife that I'm going to be home by 6 for dinner. And I get home at 6:30. And she says, "You're late. You said you'd be home by 6. No, I didn't. Yeah, you said you'd be home by 6. Dinner's been ready for half an hour. The kids and I already ate it. Yours is cold. Honey, I didn't say that. Yes, you did. No, I said I might be home by 6. I said I'd try to be home by 6. I didn't say I'd be home by 6. Ooh, semantics. Okay? That's denying. When you deny, lean forward. Lean forward. We're not playing Simon Says anymore. Lean forward. I want you to get this message, and when you act physically, when you physically act, you're doing something to say to your brain, I'm doing something here. I got to pay attention to this. When you deny, the message you send is, I'm a liar, and I can't be trusted. That's not a message you want to send. Turn to the person next to you and say, I can be trusted.
I can be trusted.
I know you're like, this is cheesy. Yes, it is. I fully admit it. But this is a huge lesson for you right now. We do it all the time, even in Simon Says, a little kid's game. Okay? Something else we sometimes do. We justify. Justifying in Simon Says is this. Saw it. Well, he did it too. You didn't get him. He did it too. This is this. I come home, 6:30, half hour late for dinner. You're late. Oh, like you've never been late before.
Ouch.
I'm late. You've been late before. Okay? What? Was that gray shirt girl again?
McCoy.
It's all right. All right? That's what I say. The message I send. Lean forward. The message you send when you justify is, I'm just like everybody else. I'm just like everybody else. And the choices I make are just like everybody else's. Turn to the person next to you and say, I am myself.
I am myself.
I'm an English teacher that was improper grammar.
I'm myself.
I am me. Yeah, you are unique and you make your own choices, but sometimes you justify, even in a game like Simon Said. Another thing we sometimes do. We lay blame. You're late. You said you'd be home at 6 o'clock, and it's 6:30. Well, yeah, I was getting ready to leave, but then a student came in and they needed some help on a paper, and so I didn't get started out of high school, and then the traffic's really bad. There was a grain truck thing, and construction. And Simon Says, it's like, well, you gestured. It happens all the time with little kids. I have 2 sons, 6 and a half and 4 and a half. Sometimes when Owen, the oldest one, does something wrong, he's like, you're making me mad! And I look at him and I'm serious. I talk to him like I'm talking to you. I was, really? I have that much power over you? Cool. Be happy! You're making me mad. Lay blame. It happens. Okay? Lean in. Hear the message. The message you send when you blame other people, when you lay blame is, other people are in control of my actions and my words. Turn to the person next to you, say, I'm in control.
I'm in control.
Now you guys
I'm in
are like, okay,
control.
are we really doing this? Are we really talking to the person next to us? Okay, high school was 3 months ago, and junior high time before that. Because I want you to say it. If you can say it out loud, maybe you'll believe it. Because these are behaviors we do all the time. We do it all the time, even in a little kid's game. And the final behavior is quitting. Okay? And we saw a couple people do this. They didn't even want to play. I'm guessing that some of the people who stood up when I said, okay, we're going to play Simon Says. Ready? Stand up. They stood up. There are some people in that group that stood up and I said, you're out. And they're like, thank God I didn't want to play. And then they started watching like this, kind of, oh, I wish I would have done that. Never had played Simon Says before. I'm from Minnesota. I don't know what things like that are.
Oh.
Sorry. That was really low. Probably a lot of Minnesotans here. Minnesotans. I'm sorry. I love Minnesota. It's a beautiful state.
Amen.
The message we send when we quit, because this is, at home it looks like this. You're late. You said you'd be home at 6, it's 6:30. I'll take my food downstairs. I don't even want to hear it. That's what you're going to, what? That's what you're going to say? That's what you're going to say the first time I walk in the door? When I walk in the door, that's what you're going to greet me with? I don't want to talk. And that happens in life. And it happens in Simon Says. Lean forward. The message you send when you quit is, I don't have what it takes to stay in the game. Turn to the person next to you and say, got what it takes.
I got what it takes.
You have
I
an
got it.
opportunity. You have something called response ability. I know that's misspelled. You have the ability to respond to the things that happen in your life. At college, a lot of stuff's going to happen. You're going to earn a bad grade. Notice I did not say get a bad grade because grades aren't given, grades are earned. You're going to earn a bad grade on something that you're not happy with, or a friend's going to do something that you're not happy with. And the way you respond will send a message about who you are. Everything you say, do, and even wear sends a message about who you are. I got a feeling that these 10 people, they joined the Viking grade. Is that true? Yeah. That sends a message. View crew, boom, message. Sends a message. Okay? You like Tiger Woods? Good. Yeah. Why are you wearing his hat? It's just a hat, but it sends a message about who you are. It says, I still endorse Tiger Woods. Now, let's be real careful. Let's be real careful. Tiger Woods is a great golfer. He does a lot of great things. He does a lot of great things with his foundation. I can't believe your phone went off. My wife, she has to be hooked up. She has to be connected to people. What I want you to know is I still have a poster in my room of Tiger Woods. Next to it, there's a quote. I think if you have the opportunity to be a role model, you should take it because it's an opportunity to help people see you in a positive light. How ironic. And I have it up there because I want people to pay attention to that. Everything we do sends a message about who we are. And you have the power every day to send a positive message to the people around you, whether it's a professor or an advisor or a coach or a classmate. You have the power to send a message. Remember, Simon Says. What are you going to remember? What are you going to remember? Simon Says. You're going to remember to live where? Above the line. Where you can have the ability to respond every
Live above the
I was
line.
going to have an after-golf dry race for you.
Hey, it's living above the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, dry race. All right.
Thank you,
Now,
Veronica.
so I said you learn about having the power in your life about what you say and do. Okay? You also have power in terms of time. All right? So now I'm going to take a look at this right here. How many hours are in a week? Somebody, math major, hurry up, quick. Oh no.
24 times 7.
What's the math problem? 24 times 7, okay, Mom and Dad?
168.
Right now we're talking about math, Mom and Dad. We gotta have some math to make sure that we got 24 times 7, right? If you haven't seen Chris
168.
Farley, that Foley motivational speaker, check out the DVD and get it at Walmart. calculated 24 times 7, 168. If you'd have told us you were going to do that, we would have told you right away. 168 hours in a week. Now let's just take some time to think about what you have. You have how many hours a week in class? 15? 16?
Average.
18? What's average?
16.
16. We'll say 16. This is class time. Okay? 152. I'll do the math up here now. Now the recommendation I think from profs is kind of like, you should study double the amount of time you're in class. Now that's a good recommendation, but we're realistic and we know that maybe doesn't happen, okay? How many hours a week, returning students, view crew, how many hours a week do you really probably study? Do you study 2 hours a day? 3 hours a day? I mean, it's not per class, but do you maybe study 2 hours a day?
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe a little more on the weekends?
Yeah.
Because you got the reading to do,
Maybe.
maybe a paper to work on, maybe you're helping somebody else with something, maybe you're typing something, whatever. Okay, so 2 hours, let's just say you're spending 15 hours a week of study time. You can study more. I'll show you how in a little bit. Okay? Now, the National Sleep Association says that on average, people get 7 hours of sleep a night. Euchre's like, this is college, man. We had a thing, when I worked at a church camp,
It's more like
and they
5.
had this thing called night camp. And it was where it basically flipped everything on its lid so that by the middle of the week, you stayed up until sunrise and then you slept until like 2 in the afternoon. And the person who was in charge of that usually introduced it on the Friday when parents came. So we have something here called night camp, and actually it's college training in disguise. Because you guys know that you stay up really late, okay? I thought that was funny and it was going to get a laugh. That's a joke, okay. How many hours of sleep do you get 6?
Yes.
Do you sometimes get 8 or 9 on a Saturday into Sunday?
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Let's just take the Sleep
Yeah.
Association's number and say 49. Okay, so this is sleep.
Way more sleep.
All right, so now we're down to what?
120.
88. Okay. We also have other things we do, like we're involved in activities. We have things that we want to do, like participate in view crew, or invite volunteers, or we're on a team. So how much time, activity-wise, extracurriculars, do you spend in a week? On average. Can we say 2 hours a day?
More
Yeah.
than that.
Some of you
Yeah.
more than that, some of you less than that. We'll say 14 for activities.
You put work in
Yeah, no, like 6.
No, I'm not working yet. Now, let's say you have an on-campus or off-campus job.
15 hours.
15 to 20?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Roughly.
We'll say again 2 hours a day. Maybe it's more than that, but that's a round number. Again, I understand that maybe it's going to be more than that. Maybe it's going to be less. Now, we also have something about like getting ready, eating, what? Commuting time, good idea. Those basic kind of essential things we do every day that we should put in. And so let's say that we spend time with 3 meals, getting dressed in the morning, cleaning, makeup, stuff like that, but maybe having more on some days than others. Again, can we say 3 hours a day if that includes eating? Okay, and I know that some of you will say, it's going to be more than that. So we're going to say this is the basics. Is there anything else that needs to happen every single day? Like Facebook? Gaming? Okay, is there anything else, seriously, that has to happen every single day that we're missing? I got that in there for activities. But maybe yours is more. Maybe yours is higher. So if it is, let's just do this. Let's take 15 hours miscellaneous. So if you're a commuter or you have an extra activity, okay, let's take 15 hours miscellaneous. Okay, now, that leaves 24 hours. So if you've ever been the person who says, God, I just wish there was an extra day in the week. If you really look at how you use your time, you have it. This is called the power of 168. It's not my original idea. Bought it from a guy who I heard speak called Jermaine Davis. I said, can I use that? Sure. Like, how original, 168.